I am the Chief Assistant Treasurer for the City and County of San Francisco. I work for the Treasurer, who's an elected official. And the role really is about sort of multidimensional. It is the investments for the City and County, and so the City and County has about $12 billion, which is a pretty significant pool. We have around 300 bank accounts that serve all the departments that are inside of the City and County of San Francisco and supporting all of their activities. And the cash handling, so majority of that $12 billion comes in through the Office of the Treasurer and Tax Collector. There was a lot of anxiety and a lack of satisfaction with how quick and how adaptable our solutions were. So we did put an RFP out. The goals of the RFP were really to be able to sort of work with our departments where they're at. Obviously being modern was another key piece. And then really being able to quickly and rapidly put up solutions and then recognize that we can get to some continuous improvements. So we went live in September. It was a pretty quick timeline. We had 20 products that had to go live. That was because our other contract was ending. It was pretty quick. I would want to say less than 6 months of working through everything. And that included building the relationships, so having your staff build relations with all the different departments, understanding what the specifications were, understanding and reviewing the specs from the prior entity, and then looking at how to modify and move them onto your platform, the testing, and then the training. We worked a lot around training, building documentations around your solution and how it ties with our solutions, i.e. our PeopleSoft solution for our general ledger, so that people were really able to sort of, again, look at it from the entire throughput. Key pieces about the architecture and PCI and how do we want the money to flow. We also looked at the money movement in relationship to how quickly can we reconcile the money that came in and recognize it. So we did sort of think about those really sort of core infrastructure things that no one really thinks about in relationship to online payments. And then we swung the other direction and really talked about sort of the services that we wanted around the platform in terms of giving our departments, some of the departments that needed it, the ability to build online tools or online payments or navigations, and not just sort of an API or a connectivity through a batch file to a payment gateway. So we knew we needed to have something that supported the diversity of our departments, and so then that was the other anchor. And since we went live, people definitely saw that success. It is a bandwagon kind of approach, and other departments have really come forward. And having the banking stuff centralized certainly makes that easier. So what we do every day is, the money gets shipped to us from, our payment gateway, and then we distribute it based on the settle codes and the merchant IDs that we've organized with CityBase to the appropriate departments' bank deposits or bank accounts. Simultaneously, the system that CityBase has, the revenue management system, our staff go into daily, not just my staff, but any department staff that's doing the administrative part and the accounting part for their payments, and says, okay, what came in for my organization? The other thing they do is they say, did something happen? That something failed? Was there an NSF? Was there a chargeback? Did something go on? And so they do that really quickly as well, and that goes back to the customer service experience, making sure we're able to deal with it. We have seamless integrations across different departments, and so a business can really look at themselves and not just think about themselves from, oh, I'm paying for this permit for this building, or I'm paying for my taxes, or I'm paying for my property tax. But they're able to sort of view themselves from a sort of what we call the shopping cart perspective, right? So one business is able to see themselves in its entirety. It helps them and it helps us. It helps us because, frankly, we want to bring in that revenue as easily and cheaply as possible. It helps them because they're able to see everything at once. It also creates a cohesion around that notion of we are one city. And now we're at this sort of expansion period. What we've been really surprised by, though, particularly with property tax, our property tax solution that we have on your platform, is the amount of unsolicited comments, tweets, whatever, about how easy it was and the use and the ease of it. And so I think that was really sort of a really pleasant surprise for all of us. It was a great way to sort of mark that we had modernized the way people pay. Yes, they paid online before, but the way they had to do it wasn't as sort of seamless. With this platform, it's much more seamless. It's really easy.